If you've heard of the low Fodmap diet, then you might know that it's the most common diet prescribed for people with IBS. However, in my experience, it never cures IBS, and at best it helps a little and might give you some temporary relief. That's better than nothing, of course, but I'm still not very impressed. And I'll explain why it's not really working and why I'm not so impressed and introduce you to the bigger picture. Hi, I'm Dr. Wangen, the founder and medical director of the IBS Treatment Center. We've been helping people solve IBS since 2005, and as you might be able to tell already, I'm not a big fan of the low Fodmap diet. If it's helped you, that's great, and I actually truly believe you, but I highly doubt that it's helping you because you can't digest Fodmap foods. Now, I never prescribe a low Fodmap diet, but we've had many patients come to us already on a low Fodmap diet, and sometimes they want to continue it until we find out what's really happening and get way beyond that diet. But more commonly, we see a lot of people who didn't find the low Fodmap diet very helpful. Now, the low Fodmap diet is fairly complicated, which you probably know if you already know anything about it, but we can summarize it in pretty short order, right? When you undertake a low Fodmap diet, you're essentially cutting out three big things. You're cutting out most gluten, most dairy, and most sugars. And that's, of course, oversimplifying it, and there are a bunch of other things that you cut out on that diet, but those are the big three. And if this diet helps, then that's probably why, not because of anything to do with high Fodmap foods. But you don't cut all of those things out, right? You don't cut all the gluten out, you don't cut all the dairy out, you don't cut all the sugar out. So you aren't really completely avoiding any of those three things. And it allows also, on top of all that, a whole bunch of other foods, any of which might be the trigger for your IBS. So it's not surprising to me that it doesn't work for a lot of people because, number one, you're not cutting out three of the huge major triggers for a lot of people, and then there's all kinds of other stuff still in the diet that can cause all kinds of problems. Also, it doesn't address your microbiome, right? Which is huge when it comes to IBS. And if your microbiome is a mess, then it literally doesn't matter how great your diet is or what you cut out or what you eat or don't eat, because you won't digest things well until you get some expert help in treating and resetting your microbiome. And that's why I literally never recommend the low Fodmap diet to my patients. We leave that to other doctors who are not experts in treating IBS, and they're just taking the off-the-shelf recommendation that they give to everybody. It's a total shot in the dark, and it's far too broad. And if you want, you can do far better and get way better results by dialing in exactly what's going on rather than implementing this super sophisticated philosophy for what is really essentially an elimination diet. So don't be fooled. Just because you don't understand something like the word Fodmap and what this already means, and you can't pronounce all of those words, right, that are encompassed in that crazy acronym, Fodmap, doesn't mean that it's some super impressive diet that somebody else gets that's way beyond you and should make sense even if you can't make sense of it. There is a better answer. There's a real answer out there, and that's what we help people figure out. And we can help you do that too, not by guessing in some video like this and making up a free answer, because there isn't one. We're real doctors and we're real experts in IBS. And like any other real doctor, we have to work with you as a patient to figure out exactly what's going on and what the treatment should be. And that's what we do, and that's what we love to do. So if you'd like us to do that for you, then fortunately, we can work with you via telemedicine, as we have with thousands of other people for nearly 2 decades. So if you'd like to get your life back, give us a call at 206-264-1111, and we'll get you started on your journey to excellent health. Thank you for watching. We'll be here when you need us. Have a wonderful day.